All right, Kaylee Felio, Sales and Marketing Manager at Partsedge. This is the NADA 2023 special of WTF, and we're super happy to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So tell us, what's your favorite thing about NADA 2023 so far?
So far, I feel like I'm seeing a lot more FixedOPS, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
Because this is probably my 6th show, and I remember FixedOPS there was like literally like 2 companies, and they're like back in the corner.
Right? Yeah.
And like now it's just like, it's really cool to see the growth with FixedOPS. So.
Do you think that bodes well for the FixedOPS and part of the industry moving forward?
Yeah, I think so. I think the intention is on FixedOPS, and it needs to be, and there's a lot of great technology out there to help FixedOPS, and it's great to see.
We have a long history with Kaylee. I came in after the fact. Charity and Kaylee adopted early on with it was sharing or co-branding. Okay, with our companies early on. We just getting started about 2.5 of the 3 years ago.
Yep,
Maybe
it was
all
quite
the
a
way
while.
back.
It was. Yeah,
But-
she reached out to me. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a tremendous, experiment, growth. We've learned a lot from each other, a lot of networking. Automotive is a lot smaller than you think, and what Kaylee said, FixedOPS is a huge, huge focal point. But we're honored and just to be able to know you and interact with you because of the character and integrity. A lot of people have character and integrity, and the ones that don't, well, they're not on this with us today.
Well,
Thank you.
So we started a podcast. You started a podcast.
I did.
Tell us about the podcast experience. How's that been?
Oh, it was a lot of learning, and I realized that I couldn't do it all very quickly because I'm also sales and marketing. So I'm like,
Right.
Okay, I can't adopt this too. So I learned quickly to delegate, and it's going really well. I don't know what is well, but I feel like it's going well because of the conversations I'm having with people, and that's the most important thing is just really it's about my guests and highlighting them and their story and really helping everyone in the industry.
Yeah, you probably learn a lot from talking to so many different people.
Oh, yes.
Well,
a
with an
lot.
outsider looking in, you have a lot of followers.
Oh, yeah.
People love what you do. We love the branding that you have. Tell everybody what the name of it is. I don't think we've heard that yet.
Oh, it's called the Parts Girl Podcast.
I mean, how appropriate
It
is
is
that?
perfect.
It's perfect. We don't talk about parts too much, but we are starting to focus more on it. It's a hard topic. But
Well, it is, but
yeah.
I think, and I listen to most of them, you get personal.
Yes,
with people.
I do.
And, we're talking about the human journey, the human experience, instead of just all real technical stuff. Cherry and I have found our niche, like you, is to understand more about them as a human, how they got where they at.
Yeah.
People love that stuff.
I love hearing that from other people and then I learn from it, or it makes me feel more normal to hear other people say, I'm like, oh, you went through that too? Okay.
Yeah.
It's normal.
Yeah.
So.
There's so many inspirational and motivational stories that we've heard come out from people across the industry. There's so many stories of people coming from really low situations, struggling with addiction and things like that.
Yeah.
And all the way up to these, prestigious positions and really focusing on the community and their companies. Like, it's really impressive. Do you feel that way too?
I do. And I have I guess a soft place, or I don't know the right place for that, with addiction, because my dad struggled with that, and just hearing inspiring stories of people coming from or through that and making it out on the other end is very, very good to see. So,
it is,
yeah.
and it's unfortunate. A lot of people don't.
No, I know. My dad
They're
didn't,
not-
so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's one of those
we
things.
didn't know that about you.
You didn't know that about me?
No.
Oh.
That's something we just learned.
We just
Yeah.
I myself struggled for 34 years,
Wow.
drug and alcohol. So I'm an active member, and I don't care if anybody hears it because it's part of my story, but
Yeah.
I'm a drug addict and alcoholic, 28 years clean and sober,
Good for you.
actively involved and still going to meetings, working with people in recovery,
Yeah.
and just working with good quality people anyway that, hey, how do you go from where you're at to where you're at now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, nothing happens without people. Who we surround ourselves is really, really important.
It's so important. It's,
Well, and you've surrounded yourself with a lot of good people. Where
I feel very
a
blessed.
lot of them are here today at NADA. So if you could choose one thing to sort of take away or learn from this year's NADA, what do you think it would be?
To learn from it?
Or to take away,
Take
you know,
away.
however you want to define it for yourself.
Gosh, I don't know because I'm not there yet. What day is it? It's only like the first day.
Yeah, it's only
day
for
one.
6 hours.
Day one.
Give me a little time, Jeremy.
Gosh, give me some time. I would say just like continuing to do what I'm doing as far as networking, connecting with people. Because, you know, when I first started, I didn't know anyone. So I'd walk around like not running into anyone I knew, and it was just not fun. And I think that's the whole thing is just connecting with people. And if you recognize someone, say hi to them. Don't be afraid to say hi because they want you to. Like, if you recognize me, say hi to me. And if I recognize you, I want to say hi to you.
Yeah.
So that's probably the learning thing is like just say hi to people.
Well, we look forward to a long, long relationship with you because we know so many of the same people.
Yeah.
So how do people find out about you? How do they get a hold of you? How do they find out more about the Parts Girl?
So you can find me on LinkedIn, just Kaylee Felio, or our website, partsedge.com. There's a podcast section, so you can find all the latest podcasts that I've done. And you were focusing on parts, but also just sharing people's story and how they got into auto. And yeah, thank you for having me on the show.
I love that, Kaylee. Thanks for stopping by with us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
2023 NADA. Kaylee Felio,
Kaylee,
the
go
Parts
Parts Girl.
Thank you.